Hey guys, JK from the Baseball Rebellion here, just doing a quick chalk up of Chipper Jones as it relates to the article that I've written for you guys, and I like this view because you can see Chipper obviously from kind of the backside, and you don't get that view a lot, and this is a great opportunity for us to look at the power of the flail and how it relates to Chipper here. So if we look at his swing from this backside view, what you're going to be able to see is if you just watch his barrel path, and that's kind of the biggest thing. Just watch how his barrel moves as it kind of goes kind of from in, tipped in, to back around his head, clearly behind his helmet. As it goes through the turn, you're going to see that barrel really flatten out behind him. And all of a sudden, right through here, you start to see, you can see the shape of the bat, you can see the colors of the bat, and all of a sudden it starts to blur. Ask yourself why that happens. These cameras aren't the greatest cameras right now, and in this shot, but ask why you see that blur. You're going to see it blur because it's speed. Okay, so he's thinking about maybe trying to hit the ball fast and hard, turning fast, but the bat speed is actually created behind him. You can see how close the bat is once it gets into the zone right here. Look how close it is to the catcher's mitt. Isn't that crazy? And here's the ball. So you can clearly see that bat and that ball getting in line. You're going to see how he's really not afraid to drop that back shoulder, like we know most of our coaches are told us or teaching our kids to hit is not to drop the back shoulder. Well, there he is right there, and it's staying in line. And one of the coolest things about this video, I think, is as you see him turn, and we talk about the hands acting like a hinge, if you watch his hands as he goes through the turn, all this right here, okay, so his hands, his elbow, and his shoulder, talk about them being married. Watch as he goes through. There goes that bat behind his shoulder. You got to turn those hips, thrust. There it goes. Okay, but you can still see them all together right here. If he were using his hands and trying to drive the knob at the ball, would his hands not be up here somewhere? Right? Here comes the ball. Would his hands not be up by his chest trying to come at that ball? They're not. They're back with his shoulder. They're back with his elbow, which allows him to be strong at contact, but it also allows him to create that hinge effect behind him, and that flail happens behind him, and that barrel should be lining up with his back elbow right about there. Or excuse me, front elbow right about there. Okay? So that's how we use the power of the flail to help us kind of think about, maybe rethink some things about where bat speed is really created. And it's a really interesting concept, I think, when you compare it to golf, because it's really the same. The mechanisms are different a little bit in the swing, but not terribly enough to make it that different. And you can see that bat speed really pick up behind him close to the catcher's mitt. Okay, guys, so if you want to pick up speed and bat speed and being able to make later decisions and have more power in your swing, think about creating deep early barrel acceleration.